All right, Tom, 9:16 now, and Jerry the King Lawler wants to take over for King Willie Harrington. Jerry joins us this morning, and a pro wrestler for all these years. You run for mayor before. Who do you think you are? Jesse the Body Ventura, for crying out loud?
Well, Jesse the Body Ventura laid a little groundwork, didn't he?
Sure did.
He became the mayor of Brook Park, Minnesota. Then he went on to be the governor
of Minnesota.
Yeah, so that at least shows it can be done.
So is that sort of the path that you're hoping to start here? You're going to win this and go on to be governor of Tennessee?
Well, no, that is not my plan at all. And a lot of people ask me, why are you in this race? What are your motives? And honestly, it's just I'm a lifelong Memphian. I was born and raised here in this city, and I just want a better Memphis. Mm-hmm. I mean, I want the city to be the best that it can be. I could live anywhere in the United States I want to, but I've chosen to live here, and I just bought a new home right here in the middle of Memphis, and I don't want to have to worry about is my car going to get broken into in my driveway? Am I going to get carjacked going to Kroger, or is my house going to be broken into? I want this to be the best city it can be. And I just think that we deserve more than what we've been getting from our political leaders. Yeah,
you ran back in '99, and when you talk to the political pundits and experts around town, they say you had and I'm using a quote that I hear most, a respectable showing. Does that give you confidence now that you can do more than be respectable in this race?
Absolutely. I mean, a couple of things. First of all, in 1999, when I ran, I finished third out of a field of 12 candidates. And this election, there's going to be more candidates than that. But the atmosphere, the feeling of the citizens of Memphis are that I think if they're anything like me, they're just fed up with this political scene that we have. They're fed up with the politicians that we've seen, and politics as usual. So that's why I'm in this. I'm certainly not a politician. It's not going to be the typical political race that you hear. Mine is a common sense campaign. I'm about dealing with the problems of the city with fairness, honesty, and common sense. And common sense, as we see, is pretty uncommon among politicians.
You made comments like that during that first televised debate a few weeks back on Channel 5, and a lot of people said you came off as really a common sense kind of guy, and you stood out because of your non-political air about you. But do you think in a town where politics is tough and aggressive that can win voters over?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I had almost a 2-hour-long meeting with Otis Sanford, who is the editor of the Commercial Appeal, and had never met Mr. Sanford before. Great guy, great individual. We had a tremendous conversation, and at the end of it, he said, Jerry, you've convinced me. I believe everything you're saying, but you're right. You're not a politician, and you're running against political machines, so how can you win? Mm-hmm. And by that he said, they have the organization, the politicians have the money, and he said, most importantly, the politicians have the experience of keeping people like you out.
Right.
And by that, that's what we suffer under. That's what we've been the hand we've been dealt for all of these years. We continually keep electing these politicians who don't want a person that's not a politician in the race. They want to keep that power.
Does that scare you? Does that embolden you to make sure you try to win this thing?
Absolutely. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, there's very few things that scare me.
I understand.
And I look forward to that battle. Yeah. It is an uphill battle, though, because like I said, A.C. Wharton started this campaign with a $500,000 war chest. Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to buy a lot of commercials. He's going to buy a lot of signs, billboards, and that sort of stuff. It's a tough fight. But what I'm counting on is the fact that the people of Memphis, the citizens, will see past. I mean, they'll see that this is just more politics as usual, that this is just more, it's tough. We have these debates and these forums. It's tough to get across a common sense campaign in a 30-second or 1-minute soundbite. Yeah. But all these politicians, they have their political rhetoric, they have their little answers all set, and it all sounds good, but it's the same stuff. And it's like I said, you keep on doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep on getting what you've been getting.
Okay. Jerry the King Lawler, he is running for mayor of Memphis. Thanks for stopping by the booth.
Sorry, is that it? Are we done?
Sorry we don't have any coffee for you this morning. Maybe next time you come by, we'll have some for you. Are you a decaf guy? Or?
Yeah, you're not going to believe it. I've never tasted coffee.
Is that right?
I've never tasted this. A lot of people go, yeah, right. But in my entire life, I've never not even a sip, not even a drink of beer, wine, whiskey, or coffee.
Well, I'll tell you what, the staff here at Fox 13 have
Made
up for your lack of intake on them.
I was out waving and shaking. I was out waving at people this morning at the corner of Palmer High, and the poor guy came staggering by. He said, "I'm for you, Jerry." He said, "I'm also drunk as a mop." I want to say hi. I want to say hi to him this morning.
We'll be right back. Jerry the King Lawler joining us in the booth. Thanks for coming in. Good stuff.